I'm RJ Anderson, and we're here to break down the 2015 UTVUnderground XP1K2 Polaris RZR. In XP1K2, we're doing stuff that's never been done in a Polaris before, so we had to build a car built like no other Polaris RZR has ever been built. So there's lots of features on this car that have never been seen and were purpose built for all of the stunts and things that we were going to be doing with the car. I've been a supporter of Holz Racing products for my whole career. That's what I use in all my race applications. So when we built the XP1K cars, we knew we had to use the best, strongest parts, and front to back, top to bottom, front bumper, roll cage, all the custom aluminum work inside the car to rear bumper, all the chromoly, uniball A-arms, trailing arms, rear radius rods, Nerf bars. It was all built in-house by Holz Racing. In XP1K, we knew we were going to be out setting world records, and that was our goal. So we worked with my dad, who runs Walker Evans Racing, and he gave us the setup we needed. And the world record jump, we went 170 feet to flat, and basically it was no problem. The car took it just fine. And so to have the suspension underneath us to be able to do all the stuff we need to do and more is a key aspect to this whole project. The Walker Evans Racing shocks on the XP1K car start similar to what comes stock on the car, but then they're completely redone. They're 2.5 needle piggyback shocks. Basically a little bit bigger spring rates, a little bit stiffer valving to go through all the gnarly landings, and we needed that just a little bit extra, and then on top of it they threw some special coatings on it for us to help keep the shocks cool. Holz Racing products built all chromoly, radius rods, trailing arms, A-arms with uniballs in them to take the harsh landings, because the shocks were there, but we needed the well-built components of the actual suspension to hold up to the big landings. For XP1K2, we went the route of a naturally aspirated motor. Muzzys Performance built us an 1132 big bore motor up in the range of 170 horsepower, because in the woods we wanted that responsiveness and just the natural aspiration without that lag of the turbo. Having the power we needed to be able to pull up the hill and get over some of the big step-ups and stuff we were doing was huge. We couldn't have done it without all that motor. In addition to the custom Muzzys tuned engine, they put their fuel controller on top of it to help manage all the fuel systems and making sure it wasn't too lean or too rich, and then added a UMP intake to make sure it was getting enough air for all that horsepower. Confidence is everything when you're going for these big gaps, because it's either you make it or you don't. So having the confidence, knowing that I had enough horsepower to get over it, was definitely a weight off my shoulders. As far as wheels go, we wanted to cut weight but be as strong as we could in all aspects. So we started with an OMF 3-piece wheel, and Holz Racing products machined a custom center for them, and 3-piece wheel, 15 inches was a really good combo. BF Goodrich makes the best off-road tires in the world, so to be able to put a 30-inch KM2 mud terrain on a RZR and get all that ground clearance and all that traction up in the Pacific Northwest was awesome to have it. I drove through all kinds of brush, sticks, and just hammered these tires, and the whole entire shoot we never had one tire failure. Mark Holz comes from a racing background, so when he built the interior on the car, he made it so it's really functional and really lightweight and makes the car really easy to work on. The custom aluminum dash is awesome. It has a built-in air-fuel ratio gauge and also my custom steering with the steering quickener in it. And then on the right side of me is where we keep the fuel cell and a lot of our electronics. We have a super lightweight Joe's Racing steering wheel in there with a quick release adapter, and then maybe my favorite thing of the whole car is the custom Holz Racing handbrake, which I've still yet to see in another RZR, and I love using that thing. With the handbrake being in the place that it is, that's normally where the shifter would go, so Mark Holz had to make a custom billet shift lever and put it on the left side, so the seat mount, shift lever, handbrake are all custom built to fit in the car. This car is definitely unique, and I'd love to be able to take it out and race it somewhere and be able to use the handbrake and all the features that this car has, because it'd be a force to reckon with. Safety is critical on a project like this, so I was sitting in a Sparco seat with Mastercraft 5-point harnesses. Then I was wearing an impact carbon fiber helmet painted by Troy Designs and a custom Oakley driving suit. This car is so good looking and has so much power and just the function of everything. It's just a sick RZR. The guys from Mad Media gave it a super rad graphic package. And then we had Proline wraps wrap it all up, but the look of it is just really cool. And we were able to top it off with all kinds of anodized gold pieces to make it just pop in front of the camera. We did things in a RZR that no one's ever done before. 50-50 grind, a wall of death, and our equipment held up. We had hill climbs, step ups, world record gaps, gravel roads, Basically, you name it, we put it through all the conditions and we were able to build a RZR that took down all of those. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown of the XP1K2 Polaris RZR. To see the whole video, go to XP1K2.com.